The question today is, can you guess where we are by the size of our hotel room?
You know what? Either I'm a giant or I'm staying in Hong Kong.
Ding, 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 Hong Kong. Okay, so for today's video, we thought it would be fun to give you a tour of our hotel because Hong Kong has hardly any space. Like, space is in high demand.
Yeah,
so everything's tiny.
Hotel rooms in Hong Kong are really unique, really small, and we're gonna give you a full tour.
Well, come on in. Welcome to the room. It's a bit of a tight squeeze because our shoes are kind of blocking the door. So imagine coming in here with your luggage. We have 2 giant suitcases plus our backpacks with all of our gear. And yeah, you don't have a whole lot of space left. So first, we'll show you the sleeping quarters. So shuffle along. There's a lot of shuffling down.
There's gonna be a lot of shuffling.
Room. So this is like a little aisle. Get into bed. Oh. So yeah, and in case you haven't noticed,
if you're someone who tosses and turns, this is gonna be a bit of a problem for you.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're against the wall, and I mean, it's kind of hard to roll off because like my body doesn't actually really fit here. I was trying to grab stuff to pack, and I was like getting stuck in this tiny space. But also another thing worth mentioning is that single beds here are really narrow. Like, this isn't the size of your average single bed. It's like
and imagine a giant like me who's over 6 feet tall sleeping on this. Yeah. Legs dangling off.
And we purposely chose single beds because we've done a double bed in Hong Kong before, and it's not the size of a double bed. No. It's like a single and a half.
It's a single and a half.
Yeah, so you're like fighting all night with a blanket and like turning. So anyways, this is the sleeping area. And they have a little bit of shelf space up here. So this is where I had like my makeup and hairbrush. Yeah. And water and snacks.
We found ourselves using like every inch of available space because there isn't much.
Also, one more thing. They have storage under the beds. There's like these sliding shelves. But like we couldn't fit anything in here. Like our luggage doesn't fit. There's no way to actually stuff anything in. So we didn't really unpack while we were here. Which brings me to the next section. This is where we kind of just threw our suitcases. And we're filming this right now because we're packed and ready to go to our next destination.
Yeah, but you should have seen it when we had everything open. It was a disaster zone.
It was an explosion. It was basically like our suitcases threw up and it was like a mountain of clothes.
Yeah.
So right now I'm standing in between the beds in order to film Sam. So give us the rest of the tour, the rest of the room.
So we're going to go check out the bathroom, but before we do that, I have to show you the world's tiniest little desk area. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is
a little stool.
This is the chair. I was afraid I was going to like, break this, but I have been using it to work. There's my computer. I've got it flipped the other way, but when it was plugged in like this, like I had to have my computer like out to here. It was like dangling off of the desk.
And behind the desk we have a tiny storage area, which we couldn't really make use of because first of all, it's kind of hard to access. That's where we're keeping our day pack.
Inside of here, all you've got is like some extra bedding. You've got a kettle, which we didn't bother using, and a couple coat hangers. Yeah,
that's the funny thing. It's supposed to be storage area for the guests, but they have hotel stuff in there, like blankets and
there's basically no extra room whatsoever.
Yeah. So anyways, bathroom time.
Alright, we're going to the bathroom, so let's check this out. And before we even go in, I'm going to say like this is a massive bathroom for Hong Kong. Normally, I'll show you once we go in what a normal bathroom looks like. But if you come in here, you see that we have our own toilet with its own area.
Towel rack.
Yeah, it's not even a wet bathroom. The normal bathrooms we've had in Hong Kong before have been a wet bathroom. And I'll show you how the bathroom at our last place was like 2 or 3 years ago. I literally to take a shower, I would be straddling the toilet. Yep. Like this. Shower head would be coming out here, and I was like standing in between the toilet.
And you would have had a tiny sink kind of like jabbing you.
Like right here. Yeah. So this bathroom is massive. We really enjoyed it.
You know what? This bathroom is the size of a single room of a hotel in Hong Kong.
Seriously.
Because you know what? The size of the shower, it's big enough to have a bed here. You could have a single bed.
So that
walk-in shower.
That was a shower, walk-in shower, really nice. Really good water pressure. So the shower has been the best part of this place for sure.
And they had a little thing where you can hang your clothes to dry.
Yeah, we were hand washing our clothes every day and just hanging up to dry. So Yeah, this is what a budget hotel looks like in Hong Kong.
Yeah. And here's the mirror, the sink, windows. We've stayed in hotel rooms before in Hong Kong with no windows. Yeah. You're just surrounded by walls and you don't know what time of day it is.
So, yeah, relatively this was a massive place for us.
Shuffle, shuffle. So there you have it. That's the grand tour. So if you come to Hong Kong, don't expect a whole lot of space.
Nope.
Oh, we should show the views. These are the views, just residential buildings and skyscrapers. Also, because people don't have a whole lot of space here in Hong Kong, many people hang their clothes out to dry outside their windows. And sometimes things fall off, like that pink underwear. That's been there the whole time we've been here. So like 10 days, somebody's underwear just hanging out on the ledge.
Okay, so in terms of price point, we paid $64 a night here. Of course, you can spend more and get a bigger hotel room, but I think this is your average kind of standard middle of the road budget type of hotel, and that's the prices that you're going to be looking at.
What if we want absolute luxury at the peninsula, huh?
Well, yeah, well,
a few $100.
Yeah, be willing to put down your credit card. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this tour, and if you're coming to Hong Kong, do temper your expectations. It is going to be quite a bit smaller than what you're used to in the rest of Asia.